Oh, wait, I'm hosting the hot sheet. Welcome to the hot sheet. I will be discussing new home sales, where housing investors are spending their money, and the latest in the rental report. Today is March 26th. I am Jeremy Knight, and the hot sheet starts now. Welcome back, everybody. Sorry we had audio issues right before we got on here. So the audio is not perfect today. That's on me. Don't know what's happening on my end, but let's get right into it. Welcome to the Hot Sheet, the industry's only live daily news show on the internet, brought to you exclusively by BAM. The Hot Sheet covers what you need to know about the real estate market in a 24-hour period. For access to all of these charts, we'll be reviewing today. Sign up for BAM X. This is where you get all access to the hot sheets, the daily downloads, course, bi-weekly masterminds, the BAMX community. Use the code Jeremy for 10% off of your daily subscription. Now, we are in a unique time where, if you're not paying attention or haven't been paying attention with the NAR settlements, we all need good information, quality information. I was on the call last week with Sharon Shrivastava. Who were you on a call with last week, or what did you listen to? Were you listening to the hot sheet? As agents, we need to make sure that we have all the good quality information in front of us. That's why the hot sheet's always putting out really, really good information. So thanks, Byron, for doing that, and thanks for letting me host. If you don't have a hot sheet subscription yet, or you're not part of BAM, use my code Jeremy. The word on the street is it is the fastest used and most used code, Jeremy. It was so good they had to change it from Jeremy is hot to just Jeremy. So that gives you anything. Where are y'all tuning in for? Good to see y'all. We got Cody in the chat. Good morning. We got Brad. Good morning. Phoebe. Good morning. Judd. We lost Brock. Man, everybody's in here today. Thanks for letting me know where you're coming in. Where are you getting your news from? That is the most important thing, because obviously when we saw the news break about the NAR settlement, it was immediately 6% gone. So this is why you're getting really good up-to-date news right here. If we pull up the sales chart right here for the new sales, we're just going to get right into it, everybody. I'm no nonsense. Let's just go. Okay. The new residential sales report for February 2024 shows a slight decrease, 0.03% in new home sales compared to the previous month, but the overall positive trend for a year-over-year increase of 5.9%. Now, I imagine if you were in a market that has new construction, you saw this, right? Because what happened in December, we all know, we saw interest rates drop back in December, and everybody started coming back. CPI went up and everything, because everybody came running back in the market. And Byron talked about it last week about the Fed and what they're doing. They're still expecting 3 more rate drops. And we even saw that new builds, what they go up to 51% finally. They broke 51% on their monthly, their monthly chart. What is that called again? God, why can't I think of it? It is the builder confidence. The builder confidence went up to 51%, which doesn't really say much. But so new home sales percent are down 0.03% month over month. The February new home sales estimated at the seasonally adjusted annual rate of 662,000 units, showing a slight decrease from 0.03% from the revised January rate. A year over year for February shows a 5.9% compared to February 2023. So obviously we're seeing more home sales, right? Everybody, we've been saying this, that even Byron's been saying on here that we're going to see more home sales in 2024 than we did 2023. So what information are you and your markets talking about as far as, new construction, as far as what's happening? Because the reality is that the median sales price for a new home sold in February was $400,000. I'm no mathematician, but I know how to look up finance math. And on a $400,000 home, you need to make roughly $98,000 a year. I actually just have a video dropping on my YouTube channel today, actually breaking this down with an average sales. So $98,000 in Austin, the median is about $97,500. So all the new inventory hitting in the Austin market, which we're going to talk about the Austin market in a little bit here, is around that $400,000 price point. That's where the new inventory is coming in. So is that what you're seeing in your market? Because the median was 400,000 for new construction, but the average sales price is 485,000, making it a little far out of reach, which we're going to talk about later here. We're going to talk about rentals and why people are renting and getting in the rental market. So we'll talk about that. Inventory status: the seasonally adjusted estimate for new home sales at the end of February 2024 was 463,000, suggesting a healthy inventory level. In fact, that's 8.4 months of supply. Now, when we talk about a healthy market, we say 6 months is a healthy market. Tell me in the chat right now, what is your level of inventory? I can tell you the Austin market, we're about 3.1 to 3.2 months inventory, depending on what stat you're looking at. So you tell me in your market, do you know how many months of supply is? Are you articulating that to your clients as far as, is this a good time to buy or not buy? But if we look at the inventory, especially on new construction in the Austin area, well, this is saying 8.4 months nationally. I'm now going to go look and go, hey, the national is 8.4. I'm going to make a video today on this. I'm going to say the national is 8.4. I looked at it. The months of inventory for new construction in Austin is X. Should you be buying new construction? You tell me. And then you get your audience giving you all the good information. Okay, data precision. Sales figures are reported on a margin of a 16.2%. Plus or minus for month over month, with a change of 14.3 for the year over year, emphasizing a variability inherent in estimates. So pretty wide range, 16%. While there is a slight decline from January, the year over year growth in stable inventory levels suggests continued strength. 1.25 in Seattle, 3 in Georgia, middle Georgia, 2.5. Phoebe, where are you at? It'd be nice to know where you're at. 2.2 months for William in Charlotte, Charleston. Beth, what's up? How are you? All right, let's move to the next, because I want to get on with this. I don't want to spend all of your day here. So Resi Club just came out with this, and it's from Parcel Labs, and it's talking about the housing inventory as far as what investors are purchasing. Bobby, if you want to pull this slide up, it's really, really interesting. And this, I'm going to make a video on this on my channel today as well, because I think this is pretty good information. Investors are retreating from high-priced markets like California metros due to difficulties in finding positive cash flows. If I'm in one of these markets that people are moving to, I am using this as a video. Investors are buying here because guess what? Investors are great clients. So I would be looking for investors to buy with, because they'll be continued. Marin County for Phoebe. Orlando's 3.4 months. That's interesting, because Orlando was pretty low not too long ago. Shout out to Ken Posick, my guy out there. So investors are retreating from high-priced markets. They're retreating from San Francisco, San Jose, Riverside, San Diego, and Los Angeles. Now, why I'm going to make a video about this is seat number 10 on there is Austin. So I'm going to make a video personally saying Austin is still in the top 10 of where investors are buying. And I might give some reasons why. So conversely, investors are searching for their activity in these markets: Indianapolis, Philadelphia, Denver, Milwaukee, St. Louis, and Columbus, Ohio. So how many of in your markets? Laura just asked, where is the chart from? This is the Resi Club. It's from Parcel Labs. If you are a member of the BAM Club, you can actually get the daily downloads. You can get these charts in there. So definitely use the code Jeremy and get that. The interactive chart: investors purchased a sale ratio based on the data from Parcel Labs show investors' activity in major markets across the U.S. So basically how they do this is, if you're looking at this and trying to figure out how this works, for every one purchase, you'll most likely have one sale from an investor. So anything that's above 1, so a 1-to-1 ratio, is showing positive. Anything below that is showing investors are selling more. Does that help break down that chart a little bit? So if you're looking like at Denver on here, Denver, for every one sale, you have 60% more sales as purchases for investors. So if you want to look at it that way, same thing with Pittsburgh. Look at that, 1.44%, 1.4 for Charlotte, Indianapolis, 1.4. I would be telling my clients, like, hey, investors are still buying. Look at this, Austin still 1.2. That's great. Nashville's on the list. Barely getting there, Nashville, 1.15. All my Nashville peeps, where are you at? So let's look at this because they actually went into detail on here talking about the Austin market, which I found interesting. I feel like, Bobby, every time there's Austin news, do you guys just call me to come on as the Austin guy? I appreciate that. Austin housing market, which experienced significant growth during the pandemic, has been affected by the mortgage rate shock, resulting in price declines. There was a headline out the other day, as far as fake headlines go, right? It says that Austin was running in reverse. But if you actually look at the Austin numbers, Austin's month over month positive 2 months in a row when it was down 7 months in a row, month over month. So the Austin numbers are coming back a little bit here, and we're going to get into rental rates. I want to hear, in your markets, what are you looking at? Are you paying attention to rentals? Is it cheaper in your market to buy, to rent versus buy? I think there's conspiracy theories around there. You tell me. However, investor purchases have consistently exceeded sales in the Austin area since September 2023, suggesting potential stabilization. So even here, they're showing that investors are still active. A lot of people said last year or the year before, all the investors were buying up the homes. I think investors are still out there. They're just being a lot more careful. What are you seeing in your markets? Because I know here in Austin, I just put an investment property in a contract that was a listing. So it was an Airbnb. And I had a ton of people looking at this property still. So, it all depends on price points for you, I'm sure. Unless there's a significant decrease in mortgage rates, investor activity in the housing market, especially the institutional side, is expected to remain limited in 2024. Different indices show varying degrees of price decline in the Austin area, indicating a complex market analysis. And then understanding investor behavior is crucial for assessing market dynamics. So, what are you telling your investors in your markets? I'm really curious. Nope, there are people paying mortgage payments in rent. Nope, there are peeps paying a mortgage payment in rent. Very cool. Um, okay, so the rental report. I think this is important to know because if you do have investors buying rentals, you're going to want to be able to articulate what's happening with rents. I think a lot of us get into, oh, you can rent a house for X or whatever, and then prices are coming down. You got angry clients. So Realtor.com's February 2024 rental market report highlights a continued trend of declining rents on two-bedroom and under properties across the U.S., all 50 large metros. So everywhere is seeing a decline, with rents improving more affordably than buying starter homes in all markets, showcasing increased advantages of renting amidst declining costs and rising mortgage rates. Somebody should get a hold of the FOMC and show them this article. Byron, can you get your people to send this to Jerome Powell so he can see maybe they should stop using antiquated ways and understand that rents are dropping pretty drastically? What was interesting, I looked at the chart on here. Austin was the largest drop. It was down 4% on two bedrooms. In fact, if you have that chart, Bobby, can you pull up the chart on that? There was quite a few markets, in fact, that had negative declines or declines. The median rent for all 50 metros declined. No, that's not the one. The median rent in all 50 largest metros decreased to $1,700, which is $4 lower than the previous month at $50, down 2.8% lower than the peak of August 2022. Median rents for different unit sizes variation. Studio size witnessed a decrease down to $1,400. You had one bedrooms down to $1,587. That was negative 0.04%. Two bedrooms decreased to $1,889, showcasing a $15 decline of 0.08% year over year. There we go. That's the one. So as you can tell from 2022, we've seen rents drop substantially. And so I wonder if that's why investors are not buying in markets like San Jose anymore, because it doesn't necessarily make sense with prices still going up in those markets. Top rent favoring markets. Here is really, really important. Top rent favoring markets, because this is something you need to articulate to your clients. They're going, well, I would rather rent than buy. Well, here's why they're saying that. Austin, Texas topped the list where the monthly cost of buying a starter home was $3,700, which is 141% more than the monthly rent at $1,530. That's got to be interesting because On a mortgage, you're also looking at a 3-bedroom house. Is this equating a 3-bedroom rent at 1530? I don't think so. I have rental properties and none of them are below $2,200 a month. So still a disparity there. The other top markets favoring renters is Seattle, Phoenix. You wouldn't expect Phoenix to be on here since prices were so affordable with everybody leaving LA and San Francisco. San Francisco has the top rent favoring markets, and Los Angeles has the top rent markets as well. So basically, it is cheaper to rent in those markets than it is to purchase. So here's why you have so many investors looking at other markets. Metro's flipping from buy favoring to rent favoring over the next 12 months are going to be Memphis, Pittsburgh, St. Louis, Baltimore, and Birmingham, Alabama. Morning from Las Vegas. What up, Maria? Good to see you. Do they have any charts for single family rentals? I don't think they have. Let me pull up the chart here. Let's see if they have it on here. I don't think it did. Let's see. No, that's 2-bedroom, 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 2-bedroom. If you pull up the actual, this is really good, Bobby. If you can pull up the actual article and scroll down to the tables there, I think this is what people really want to see and what I was talking about. So we can click on that, pull that down, because you can actually see Austin. The rent cost year over year is negative 4.4%. Seattle is 0.36%. Phoenix is negative 3.84%. San Francisco is negative 1.49%. Los Angeles is 0.67%. San Jose, 2% positive. Buy cost year over year is down 0.8%. Nashville, here we go. Here's an interesting stat. Nashville, rent to cost ratio year over year, negative 4.13%. But buy to cost is up 15.8%, showing you it is expensive to buy. So Laura says single family from NW NMLS last 180 days for 3-bed average 1685 square feet for 2580. Interesting. All right, so where's everybody tuning in again from? We only got through 17 minutes of this. This is pretty fast. Oh, here we go. That's what I was looking for. So here you can see Richmond, Virginia. You got a difference of 74%. Los Angeles, 89%. Nashville, 86. Phoenix, 99. Memphis, 2. Raleigh, 66.3. Interesting. Oh, and one thing on here is if you look at the actual rent cost, New York went up. They're so somebody from New York in the chat. New York actually went up. So that's one of the markets people should be leaving from. In fact, I got a call yesterday from somebody from New York. They were looking to move to Austin, basically to leave New York because it was so expensive. So that's where we're seeing people. It's still in the Austin market. I'm still getting people from LA. I'm still getting people from San Francisco, from New York, all the big major markets. Where are you seeing people move into in your market? So tell me where you are and what market you are and where people are moving from the most. Be curious to hear about that. Buffalo was no change. Kim says, thanks for your event last week. Love the sharing and great information. Thanks, Kim. Thanks for coming. Yeah, so I do a lot of I do a weekly mastermind on Fridays. We talk a lot of YouTube tactics. So if you ever want to jump on there, feel free to reach out to me. I put out a lot of classes. I love to teach. So I like what BAM is doing because I love that they're constantly teaching, helping agents. In this day and age, we all need a leg up and we all need a little help. So that's what I love about this. Judd says, we are getting people that are getting pushed out by the people from New York and California. And we are getting a lot of Nashville people and a lot of Texas people. Mobile Bay Realty. I wonder where you're out of. Oh, call went well last night since somebody lead. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for joining the hot sheet. That's what I got for today. We will see you. I'm actually back tomorrow. We got a lot of really good stuff tomorrow. And in the chat, if you want Byron to come back and start doing Fridays again, just have me host every Friday. Let me know. I can do that. Just put it in the comment. Friday Zooms. There we go. Best that she's been on the Friday Zooms. It looks like the 10-year Treasury is going up. We saw rates yesterday hit about 6.92 on the average. There we go, 6.92. So I would imagine we're going to see rates hit up over maybe over 7% if the 10-year treasury continues to go up. We got Fairhope, Alabama in the chat. Great work, brothers. See you tomorrow. We will see you tomorrow. Thanks, everybody. And thanks, Bobby. We'll see you soon.